Hey, welcome. Look, last night here in Australia, if you got the opportunity to watch Sunday night, there was a great report, medical cannabis debate. Australia left in pain by expensive and limited access to drugs. And that was the reporter's Peter Evans. He's a well-known celebrity chef. And you'll find the link below, but I'll play a little bit of it so that you can basically get the drift of it and join in with the Sunday night edition of it. It's just down below, and that's Peter Evans there as the special guest reporter about the pros and cons of the drug. It's been claimed to save lives, but there are deadly consequences to decide for yourself. So here we go.
Grandma's heart turned bad. It made it hard for her to get up the big...
We were worried about getting busted by our parents and the police.
Could you pass the salt, please, darling?
Marijuana was demonised as a dangerous gateway drug
Starting a sloth?
that would destroy young, vulnerable minds. Today in Canada and more than 20 other countries that have legalised it for medical and recreational use, cannabis has been reborn as a healthy herb that also gets you high.
So what we're looking at here is some really nice craft artisan cannabis. Craft artisan true cut, hand trimmed, really nice phenotype.
I'm at a foodie gathering in Toronto where the star ingredient is cannabis.
And then what we have is an island pink. Toronto's known for it. Very sedative, very nice, good for the body.
It's like a fine wine tasting, but instead of sipping a cab serve,
Definitely smells gas.
they're sniffing cannabis. Each flower has a distinct aroma thanks to its terpenes, which are like its essential oils,
How do I describe that?
and has a unique effect.
Hints of citrus. Fruity. Yeah.
Next comes a cannabis-infused banquet.
I think cannabis has had some poor branding over the last couple decades, and we want to start treating it as any other ingredient in the kitchen.
Our dinner is being prepared by one of the country's most highly regarded chefs, Travis Peterson, a pot pioneer.
This brings back memories. And in 15 months now, I've served over 2,300 Canadians their first infused cannabis dinner.
Why have you chosen to cook with cannabis?
It's the new frontier in the culinary world. It's the unknown.
Why is this the new frontier, do you think?
It's the new frontier because it's been this forbidden ingredient.
Oh, wow. It's an essential oil.
Yes.
Using an eyedropper, Travis can precisely measure the cannabis high in each of his dishes.
Essentially here, this is 1/4 of a milliliter.
He does this by adjusting the amount of THC, the active ingredient that causes a euphoric feeling.
Drop it around.
Okay, I'm number 2, remember?
Number 2.
Each dish has a THC level of 1 to 5. 1 being the lowest. I've opted for a 2 in my meal. And when should I start to feel any effects?
It could be anywhere from 20 minutes up to 80 minutes. It all depending on what you've eaten today, what you were doing earlier, how often you use cannabis. But you'll start to see, being around other people who are using cannabis, everyone's in a good mood, they're laughing, they're having fun. You slowly don't know, is it in? I don't know, but I'm having a good time. Here we go. Okay.
What do you want your diners to experience and then to remember from their meal?
Well, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, what culture it is. We all share this moment with friends and family. And I think if we spent more time around a dinner table with good food, the world might be a better place.
So there's no alcohol at these dinners?
No alcohol.
There we go. Cheers. Despite being an alcohol-free meal, things are very relaxed. There are plenty of laughs. Among the diners are Jimmy Sharman and Lucy Hall, 2 Aussies who have been living in Toronto for a few years and were here when cannabis was legalised last October.
To be honest, it hasn't really seemed like things have changed. Like we saw it come into legalization, and I didn't really notice a difference. Did you?
No, not really.
But what about the locals, the city? Have the wheels started falling off? Is it prime destruction?
No, not at all. Nothing like that.
Well, you can watch the rest of it with the link below, but legalizing medicinal cannabis in Australia. For now, Australia is definitely not leading the way in medicinal cannabis, but the tide is slowly turning, and even the harshest critics now admit cannabis oil can help children with epilepsy. One thing that is okay is for childhood epilepsy, admits Drug-Free Australia Gary Christian. You actually get a reduction of about 20% of seizures over placebo for these kids. Some of them have miraculous results and most seizures go, but by the same token there are other kids who don't get any result and it actually makes it worse. Jenny is realistic about the use of cannabis. It is not a cure, it does not work for every single condition, and it doesn't work for every single person, but it is more effective than any other medication that is currently available. Morgan believes it's time for the rules around growing cannabis in Australia to be looked at. It's breaking an unjust law. I don't know whether the law should be in place, but I guess we are breaking. The system within Australia also infuriates Michael. The most frustrating thing is most of the politicians that I have spoken to over this, and we have spoken to dozens, admitted to us discreetly and privately, yeah, I have a smoke occasionally. Hypocrisy pisses me off. So click on the link below. It's basically a really great update of growing cannabis in Australia, and this is on the link below, and this was channel 7, and the link covers medical cannabis debate, Australia's left in pain by expensive and limited access to drugs. What are your thoughts? Don't forget to like my video and also to press the like button. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your support.